And welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're feeling the love out there. Valentine's Day. We got a little special edition to tonight's broadcast here, as obviously as we get you set here for tonight's matchup. Maumelle out here on the hillside taking on the Bears. Girls will tip off around 6 o'clock. Boys are going to be about 10 minutes after that. But prior to that, we've been telling it. We've been teasing this for a long time, Steve, and I'm finally glad we got him in here. We got Coach Mark, not Chad. We got Mark Kelly. It's a little pregame stuff for y'all. But the newest Sylvan Hills head coach. Coach, we certainly appreciate the time. I guess first and foremost, how's the transition been? I know you were up there in Conway, kind of had to do, behind-the-scenes stuff with it, but, you've got the quarter zip and everything. It looks like you're here in Sherwood now.
Yeah, when you get the quarter zip, it's official. So it's
that's what I like to say.
Yeah, it's been great. Kids are great. They're just hungry for, a little bit of a change and for us to get in here and kind of get our system going. And the coach is the same way, just excited about, something a little bit different and, just the energy from the guys and how much they're enjoying it and stuff really has been fun.
Now, take us behind the scenes here a little bit. How did this come about, for you? I mean, obviously going from a powerhouse in Conway. I know you were in Searcy before that.
Right.
How did you get connected to this job? What kind of drew you to it a little bit?
That's a great question. So, I've been at Searcy for 5 years. We had some pretty good teams. And then I went to Conway for 5. So I was at Searcy for 5 as a head coach, 5 at Conway. Semifinals 5 years in a row. Really good offense, really good players that rolled through. So, and then when Coach Tipton contacted me about this job, because Coach Fimple, who was the guy that I went to work for at Conway, they were good friends, and he recommended me to him. And I just known because we competed against Sylvan Hills, so I kind of knew defensively they had been really good. They always gave us trouble because I was more of an offensive guy. They always gave us a lot of trouble, especially with their defensive fronts. And I just always had a lot of respect for what Sylvan Hills has done. And, of course, it's a great community. Sherwood's an amazing place. My mother actually just moved out, but she was living in Lakewood, in this area. So really enjoy the area. So it's just one of those things that this is a great school, great community, and something that you want to be a part of.
Well, and I guess the obvious question here is, what the Sam Hill did you see in this job as it currently stands? I mean, we're not going to mince words out here. It's been tough scene out here the past couple years. I mean, you go 0-20 in your past 2 seasons. People are going to think, like, who the heck would want this job?
Right. That's understandable. But, like I said, I competed with Coach Withrow when he was here before. And to me, whenever you want to win a state championship, like at Searcy or anybody you see state champion in 6A, 5A and up, really, so 5A, 6A, 7A, you got to have 2 things. You got to have a great defensive line, which every time we played Sylvan Hills, they always had a really good defensive line. In that forefront, it was tough to run against, and they made you make plays on the outside. So I knew typically they have that kind of skill, defensive lineman. And when I walked in the door, they're there. I mean, they're big guys that can move and move well, and, of course, we got to get them to achieve their potential and be better football players and stronger and all that stuff. But then the next thing you got to have is you got to have a good quarterback. And, of course, I looked at the guys that they've had on that they played with. I think Tyler, the guy who's coming back, and there's a young guy that everybody talks about, Cade, that is going to be a really good football player. So everybody's talked about those guys really highly. And, to me, it's got the pieces that you need as far as to compete for a state championship. And, of course, it's a long way to go to get there. But I feel positive about the direction we're going. And just you walk in there and the bodies are there. But the development has to start 7 through 12. It's one of those things that, when Coach James came in there, that was the thing that he really emphasized at Conway. And that's what's going to get Conway over the hump. It's going to happen this year. They want to state championship. Just because whenever you get 7 aligned all the way through 12, which is what we're going to do here, it's a lot more like a machine. I mean, they walk in. And the guys that we have that are seniors right now that are, benching 315 or squatting 400 is kind of what the strongest guy we have in there right now. Hopefully we have a lot of guys walk in there as sophomores that are around that same level whenever we really get it rolling.
Now, I know a lot of people tend to point to, Cabot of the, the 90s, 2000s, the early 2010s as kind of having that 7 through 12. And, heck, even for them, it was like peewee and up with that. In just some of your stops, once you finally got that continuity, and you said it's just a machine, I mean, does it really become, okay, this is like second nature to everybody? Everybody knows the nomenclature. Everybody knows, the basic concepts. We don't have to, like, reteach stuff.
Yeah, and that's, at Searcy, the great thing about when I was there is that you'd see those guys 7th all the way through.
Yeah.
And that's something we're definitely trying to get in place here. You know, I've been over the middle school a little bit with Coach Clayton and everybody that's over there, so just getting to meet those guys. But just like you say, whenever you walk in as a sophomore, first day you walk in there and you know the base calls on offense, base calls on defense, now you're able to focus more on the nuances of it, you know, the exact things as far as fundamentals and also little tags off of things, so now you can beat different defenses or, you know, as long as they have the base, and we'll create a progression so that 7 through 12 they do have that base, then you can get a lot more complex on the top end.
Interesting concept out here in Sherwood, especially as it currently stands. It's, you know, one of those things, bad news, you know, the bar is kind of low, but also the good news, you know, the bar is kind of low.
Right.
So, I mean, how do you kind of approach that, you know, just knowing that, and not necessarily that it's a losing culture, but, you know, you have to do a little bit of a culture change.
Yeah, and, you know, nobody wants to lose, right?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things, hadn't had just a ton of success, but our standard is going to be the standard. And the thing about it is every single day we're going to compete, and we're going to get better at what we're doing. If that translates to 10 wins, we go 10-0, or if it translates for 5-6 wins, it's fine, but we're going to get better. We're going to compete every single day. And then when we step out there on the field, we're going to play the right way, and we're going to go out there and we're going to compete. That's the main thing is, you know, whatever we do, as long as we're playing hard, we're competing, we're doing it the right way, everything else takes care of itself.
I guess what was some of the first things that you said? I mean, have you been able to address the team fully yet? And I guess kind of what was that conversation like?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, of course, there's people going everywhere. You got guys in track, basketball, baseball, all this. So really hadn't had just the entire thing there at one time. But, you know, the biggest thing we want to talk about is we're going to come in here and we're going to work. Yeah. I mean, everybody's going to say it, but we're going to come here, we're going to work. But when we work, we want to have the most fun of anybody in the state. Like, if you work hard and you're having fun while you do it, that's when everybody wants to be around. Then you become a tighter-knit group. Yeah. So that's the thing that we're trying to work on is we want to work hard. And there's just some things that kind of stink. Like whenever you get under a bar and you're squatting 500 pounds, that stinks. Like, it's not fun. But, you know, whenever you're doing that as well, we're going to have things where we compete and have fun and push ourselves. And the more that we can have fun while we work, the better I think we're going to be.
Well, and I guess when you start stacking up W's, that's kind of fun too.
Yeah, without doubt. And that's the other thing too is building confidence. You know, weight room builds confidence, winning builds confidence, and just the way you talk to yourself and you talk to the kids, that builds confidence as well. And that's one of the things, like when we were at Cersei, were we the most talented team? I don't think we probably were. We had some good players. We had some really good players.
100. I remember being on Fearless Friday, and it's like I didn't pick y'all, just to be completely honest, just because, like you said, there were some other teams with more talent, but, you know, you guys executed.
Right. We had good players, and the thing that I always talk about, which, you know, my dad always used to say it is, it's hard to be the team that thinks they're good. So it's one of those things like if you build confidence and the guys go out there and they trust in the process and what they've been doing, and they trust in the game plan and trust in the coaches, a lot of times it's a hard team to beat, even if it's not the better, you know, athletes or teams or whatever. If you think you're good, a lot of times you kind of make up for some stuff.
Yeah, what's the old saying? Hard work outplays talent that doesn't work hard, or something like that.
Something along those lines.
I got real philosophical there for everybody here. And I guess looking forward, you know, obviously you haven't had your hands on them a whole lot yet, but, you know, just from what you know at this point, you know, what can we kind of expect come the fall when it comes to, you know, maybe we'll start on the offensive side.
Offensive side, you know, that's what I've done for how many years, and we're going to be fast-paced. I don't think this year we'll be able to be as fast as we want to be just because it'll be a little bit new to them, but it's going to be one of those where we're snapping the ball as soon as they put it down. 7 to 10 seconds, ball's going to get snapped. Right. We're going to be in spread formation. We're going to have receivers all over the field. We want to play with speed. To me, it's hard to score when you ain't got fast guys out there on the field. Get the ball to the fast guys. I know it's very very complex. But the fast guys are able to score from further out. So a lot of times we're going to spread those guys out. And the other thing we want to do with that spread is make the box easier for us to see. Yeah. So that instead of being so jumbled up and everybody there tight, now there's only so many things you can do when you got a 4 or 5 man box in there. Right. So we can get better at blocking that box and then, you know, fall forward and then get speed on the field. And again, like we talked about, defensive lines win championships, and a lot of those guys that are kind of tweeners that might be a linebacker, fullback, tight end type body, we're going to mainly put them on defense. Now, there are going to be times when we use a fullback
sure,
and tight end, but for the most part, we want them over there because that's what's going to win championships.
Sure. And then I guess defensively, what are you guys trying to do with that?
Yeah, we're going to be forefront. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to be one high look. And, when we really get rolling and, like, our offense is good, like we've had at Searcy, at Conway, there are going to be times when we're going to be extremely aggressive. So it's one of those get off the field or one way or the other within 5-6 plays because we're going to score. And that's just the way it's going to be. Get off the field because we're going to get into defense's legs. They're going to have no chance to stop us, especially if we get to late part of the first half, late part of the second half, whenever they've been on the field for 4 or 5 other drives.
Right.
That's just when we really, be aggressive, make something happen. If they score, cool, because we're going to score, make the possessions higher.
And I guess that kind of goes back to conditioning. And I know, just in my talks with a lot of folks around here, it's one of those things that, they just feel like this team hasn't had in not even just the past couple years, but even, going back before Coach Houle. As part of the off-season program, what are you guys really trying to build on? And obviously, first year, it's going to be a little different. Like you said, you don't have the whole conglomerate of players right now just because they're off doing other things. Right. But, what do you really want to try to emphasize in the weight room?
Yeah, that's a great question because, just like you said, we don't have everybody there right now. Yeah. But the biggest thing that we're able to do is we just want to have urgency in everything we do. Mm-hmm. So, there's a certain time we need to be there, a certain amount of time to clean up the weight room, put the weight on, all that stuff. Just the urgency to get things done. And, of course, it's going to be – I hate to bring the Soviets up, but general physical preparedness is some GPP. That's what the Soviets always said, that, you got to have great general physical preparedness for whatever it is we're doing. We want to have great general physical preparedness because whenever we go out there and practice, especially that first spring game or spring practice, it's going to blow their mind. They're not going to understand the tempo. They're not going to understand that stuff. But eventually we'll get where it just kind of is second nature to us because we're in good shape. We know the calls, and we can get out there and we can play.
Yeah, and I guess in just your experience, how long do they take to kind of transition? I mean, obviously – with this team, they were, they had moments of tempo, but really kind of a slower, paced team. Not necessarily a slow team, but slower pace. How have you seen that adjustment in your time?
Yeah, and that's something that I've seen differently everywhere I've been. Yeah. So when we went to Conway, obviously we were doing a tempo at that point. When I was at Searcy, we'd already kind of worked into it. So it's one of those that kind of it rounded into shape as we were going. But at Conway, the thing about it is in COVID whenever we first went over there. So we didn't have a whole lot in summer that we could do. And whenever we really got into practice, we're still learning and teaching. So that first year, we had some tempo, but it wasn't what we wanted. Sure. And that very next year, we were rolling. So it might take a year depending on how it's going. But since I'm here in, right after Christmas, which is unbelievable. That's a great leg up into the next season. Hopefully we can be a little bit faster than we were the first year at Conway. But I've even seen like different college teams. Like I know Coach Freeze. I actually played for Coach Freeze when I was at Lambeth. When he went to Arkansas State as offensive coordinator, one of their coaches asked me, how long is it going to take for us to legitimately get good? And I said, it'll take a couple of weeks into the season where everybody can actually see it before everybody kind of gets it. Because it's one of those things to do it in practice, and it's one of those things to do it in a game. Yeah. It's going to be a little bit different as far as, the official might hold things up a little bit. Right. Things like that. So it might take a couple weeks before we really see what the tempo and everything.
Well, and then guys like see certain situations and, you see light bulbs go off.
Right. And just like you say, hey, if we know, third and long, we might slow down a little bit. If it's third and one, we might speed up and go faster. Right. We just got to kind of understand what the tempo of the game and what's going on with situations to how we want to call things.
And I know, too, a lot of times, people associate coaching changes, we're 86 in whole staff. You think of, the NFL level, college level, high school level. It really doesn't kind of go that way. I mean, you inherit a lot of the staff. Have you been able to talk to those guys, kind of what's their vibe on everything, or, how many are sticking around, or do you know all that yet?
Yeah, I've met all the guys, and we've had conversations. I think all of them are really good guys.
Yeah.
And, every single one of them wants to work hard and wants to be a good coach. So it's one of those things, as long as we're willing to work hard, want to be a good coach, get on the same page, because I think every single one of them has the ability to do it. I mean, there's some great men on the staff already and some really good coaches. And it's one of those things. We just got to kind of mesh and gel and put everybody in the right positions. I think we can do some good things with them.
Have you had any previous interaction with anybody on staff? Or, I know the big coaches' conferences, stuff like that?
Yeah, just a little bit. My wife has she's friends with BJ. BJ went to Hazen. My wife went to Hazen.
Oh, okay.
So I've known each other for however many years.
Yeah.
And, other than that, I really hadn't had much, interaction with them. But, they're all great guys.
Absolutely. And two, there's also a life side to this. How are you getting settled in here? You got everybody down here. Are they kind of still going back and forth, or what?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's kind of going back and forth right now, trying to get everything figured out. But about to have a baby in about a month, so it's
Ooh, man.
We're just trying to hold on till then, and then that'll probably dictate everything about it. But right now, we're just trying to hold on.
There's no probably. That will dictate everything about it here.
It's going to change a few things here.
Yeah,
or there.
and this is your first one, right?
First one.
Man.
Oh, it's going to change a whole lot.
Oh, yeah. So give a little grace here, everybody. We got a rookie here. Got a couple grizzled veterans here. But, yeah, how exciting is that? Got first one on the way, and, a lot of life changes all at once, too.
Yeah, it really is. Like you're saying, it's very humbling. You think about, you're actually in charge of a child. I don't know how that goes, but we'll see. I've got a great partner in my wife, so we're excited, and couldn't be any happier for what's about to happen. So
Absolutely.
I'm excited, and with the transition to Sylvan Hills, it's been unbelievable. It's been a fun time.
A boy, girl, do you guys know yet?
It's a little girl.
Oh, man, you got names picked out yet?
Yeah, Sophie Lynn.
All right. Well, I am sorry ahead of time, my guy. I am so sorry. Man.
See, I avoided the girl problem. I got 2 boys. I don't have to deal with that. We were just talking about that with the middle school dance coming up. I'm like,
oh, God.
Look, all I got to do is go buy a $150 pair of shoes for the kid because he's been bugging me for them anyway.
Hey, $150 pair of shoes. Well, I'm sure that's nothing compared to girls. But.
That's what I was saying the other day. I was like, everything else that goes into that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got a daughter, too. So, yeah, Godspeed.
No doubt.
That's about all we got for you here. But, yeah, Steve, you got anything?
Man, I think he hit everything. I was going to have him, tell us a little bit about himself. And, with what we do here on our network, we want to make sure we get, everybody gets to know our coaches and our players. And so, obviously, I'm wearing the wrong hat tonight, but that's because I'm on that other network over there. But I'm a Sherwood guy. We live down the street. My kids go to school here. So, we're excited to have you here and excited for hopefully some success. I know when, you had to look at it from, we were talking culture and offensive philosophy and the, getting that pace up a little bit. But, when you look at where Sylvan Hills was under Chris Hill with that wing T, almost veer style offense, and then to JJ where we were more spread out. And now you've kind of got some of those building blocks in there, I think. And, one of the things that I took out of last season was this is a team that just couldn't finish at times. They were close in 3 or 4 games, maybe even in the Catholic game late, and it was just a team that couldn't finish. And so at least from my perspective, when you look at this job, I think this has got to be an exciting time. And JJ did a really good job of getting numbers back up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's an important thing. We joke about transfer portals and all that kind of stuff at the high school level, but it's a real thing that you've got to be able to. To promote your program and sell your program now, not in a recruiting way, but just in a, again, we talk about all the kids from Sherwood that play at all kinds of different spots around the city. And so it's so key because there's so many good athletes in this city. If we can keep them here, I think you got a great job of being extremely successful.
Everybody that knows anything about this, about football in general, they say Sylvan Hills is a good spot.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. Have they been successful recently? Not really. And, of course, it's a tough transition. I know Coach Rule came here after trying to go to spread and all that stuff. That's going to take a year to get out of that before you can really have success. So, but like you said, he did a great job, got numbers up. There are tons of kids out there. It's not in a bad spot. Obviously, the record is what it is, but it's one of those things we just – got to continue to work and get better at it.
Well, what we're going to work on is making sure we can get Jay here to the glass half full, not half empty. I just don't go back and listen to any of the broadcasts last season. It's, I'm constantly having to give him pep talks and stuff. I'm like, I know you're now 0-27 calling games, but you're going to win something eventually.
One of these days.
Now look at a 7-game basketball win streak and big game tonight.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we certainly appreciate the time. Best of luck. We'll make sure we keep up with you here, and hey, come back anytime.
Sounds good. Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Welcome to Sylvan Hills. All right.
So there you have it.
Yeah, let's see. Is he on 2?
Yep.
All right. Look at there. Well, that went well. So good to meet Coach Kelly, and excited to have.
We finally got it for y'all.
Yeah, I know.
We've been working on that one for a minute.
Tipton probably didn't thought we forgot about him. So, but quickly we'll talk about this game, these two games tonight. Two totally different game situations when you look. In the girls' game, we got two teams that are not going to make postseason play. A Maumelle team that maybe is improving, and a Sylvan Hills team that's lost some pieces and struggling a little bit. We saw what happened against Mount St. Mary's, and we'll just choose to forget all about that. But so that game should be interesting. I was joking earlier. I said, this might be a battle. The first team can get to 20. Because I think both teams have moments where they can go a quarter. We almost went a half against Little Rock Christian without a point. And so.
Oh, well, they're.
Well, Maumelle, still.
They're pretty good, though.
I think we were down 21-3 at the half, or 32-3, something like that.
Tough night at the office. But, I mean, this is both teams. And even in the last meeting out at Maumelle, I mean, we saw that, too, where, both teams they just can't hit shots.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, now both teams were getting shots and getting those opportunities, but just burying them, putting them away, just really tough for both teams right now. And, at times the motors are there. And I know I was talking to Coach Strickland before we got down here, and, that was what she said in that first half against Mount St. Mary's. They just didn't have the energy for whatever reason. They just came out with attitudes and just, how girls can be sometimes. We'll let Coach know all about it, too. That these are going to be those days that you got to deal with that kind of stuff.
Just shake your head, and I don't know what to do.
and they may not know what to do either. But, that was kind of the thing there. And then they battled back in that game, and then it went off the rails here. But, to kind of get to the point there of, it really just depends on what team you're going to get, and really for both teams. And I think both of these teams will bring out the best in the other just because, it's Valentine's Day, but no love lost here.
Yeah, there's going to be it's a good rivalry. It should be that part of it should be a lot of fun. I think you'll get a ton of energy out of both teams. It's going to be. I'm curious to see how that game goes. Now, the game after that. Woo. Oh, man.
Now, if you've been paying attention to our broadcast, I've been saying for the better part of about a month now is I'm ready to see Sylvan Hills go back through the home and home.
Right.
Just because they seem to have found something. They found some rotation. Things have clicked. I mean, obviously, they won 8 in a row. So they're doing something right with a big upset of Little Rock Christian in there as well. So, not necessarily saying that, this is going to be a barn burner, because I think just the athleticism of Maumelle might be their undoing. And I know in that first game, they got down real quick, and then they tried to shoot their way out of it, tried to play. They played right into the hands of Maumelle of that up-and-down style of game. And what we've seen here is they've gotten better at picking and choosing when they kind of get up and down, because that's their style too, but they can also get down into a slugfest with you as well. And as we saw over there at Catholic, who, man, that is the pinnacle of half court.
Catholic forces you into that. It doesn't matter who you are. We've always complained about that on our Maumelle broadcast. Every time we play Catholic, it doesn't matter what happens. It's a 50-something to 50-something game, or 40-something, They just somehow figure out a way to force you into their style. They make it they make it physical. They make it tough. And so, but, I look at this game, and it's funny. I was over at parent-teacher conferences on Monday for my second grader, and Mr. Winston, Coach Winston, comes walking by, and he had my oldest last year, and so we were just kind of talking back and forth, and he said, and I was wearing my Maumelle hat, so I covered it up, and I said, sorry, wrong hat in here today, and he said, we got to talking about the game at our place, and he said, I don't know what we were thinking. He said, we rattled that hornet nest in there and got Malik McGuire going, and tried to dunk on him and got blocked twice and all that. And
which still by far one of the plays of the year. I know it came against us, but Lord have mercy. I mean, he came out of absolutely nowhere. Yeah. And I think from that point on, you could tell Sylvan Hills, not that the game was over necessarily, but it was like, oh, shoot. We've got to figure something out.
Well, yeah,
and they just couldn't. The length gave them some issues, and just like I said, the pure athleticism. And this is going to be a little bit different matchup than what we saw with Christian, because Little Rock Christian, they got one guy by and large, and if you can basically just the sort of the approach they took was, all right, he's going to get his regardless. J.J. Andrews is an absolute talent. Let's not waste our time trying to limit him. I mean, you guard him, but he's going to get
He's going to get 30.
Everybody else lock him down.
Yeah.
And by and large, that's kind of what happened. And then we saw, they were able to pull that out. Not sure you can really do that with Maumelle, as they've got 3-4 dudes who can take control at any point in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they have a problem passing the baton to each other either. That's the other thing, is they don't necessarily all have egos about it.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, not my night, or they're keying on me. All right, your turn.
Yep.
And that's going to be, I think, the problem that Sylvan Hills has got to figure out some way, somehow. If they can limit it, because they're a pesky defense, then you give them a shot. But I think that's going to be where this game's won or lost.
Of course, I take a drink right when you stop talking,
I know,
and you
right?
never stop talking. But
I get on my soapbox here.
The thing about Little Rock Christian too, though, is you're right. You have JJ, but if they're not shooting well, Hicks and the rest of those guys, it's a struggle. And so, when Maumelle played over there, they played really well for 2.5 quarters, and then all of a sudden just stopped making shots in the fourth, and Hicks and those guys got going. And so, Sylvan Hills did a phenomenal job defensively of shutting down everybody else but JJ, and even JJ didn't look like himself. I think he had 38 or right at 40 in that game.
37, yeah.
And when you go back and look, he probably missed 8-10 layups. This is a game he could have had 50 if he wanted to, potentially.
Yeah, they made life hard for him.
Yeah, and so I think that's also the other key when you look at it in this ball game is can you frustrate Malik McGuire? Because I say it on our broadcast all the time. I love Malik McGuire is one of my favorite kids. I love that kid to death.
Yeah.
I am begging him to take an opportunity to the next level just because he doesn't know how good he is. But the thing about Malik is you can get him down and he can get frustrated. We saw it against Jacksonville in our last game. He kept asking to come out of the game, and he comes over, and and so after halftime, now granted, Maumelle was up 20, but when McGuire came out, he came straight to our table, and I looked at him and I said, Malik, you have 1 quarter to give me 10 points, and if you don't, I have a whole week to talk crap about you until our next game. And so what's he do? Goes out and hits his first 2 threes of his career at Maumelle, which all of a sudden adds the range. But I think if when you look at the situation with Maumelle, they've kind of played down to some teams here recently.
It does seem like they have a tendency to coast a little bit because, look, they're one of the better teams in the state. I think they hear it constantly.
Yeah.
And, not accusing them of anything, but I think when you're told you're so good, oh, you guys are great, and then, you come against teams that are maybe not quite as good. Heck, we saw them struggle against Catholic. Greenbrier, I think, was another team.
Greenbrier gave them some trouble. Yep.
Yeah, and they tend to just sort of, we can just turn it on. Mm-hmm. And again, they've been able to do that, but I think in a game like this, it's a rival game. You're on the road. Much different team than what you saw the first time. I'm not saying that, they're going to be able to do that, but I think this will be a different rendition. Unless somebody just absolutely goes bonkers early on like they did, on the road there in Maumelle.
I don't think energy will be an issue for either one of these teams. I think we're going to see a ton of energy, ton of effort. I think it's going to be –
not at all.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. My key to this game, and we know what Sylvan Hills wants to do, but I have 2 keys to this game. One, we keep getting told by Coach Shook and the rest of the coaches, this pace that you guys see out here is nothing compared to what they do in practice. They just won't do it on the floor in the game. And so, one, I think Maumelle's got to speed that pace up tonight. I think they have to force Sylvan Hills to play their game because for as good as Sylvan Hills has played, I don't think they have as many scoring threats that can Maumelle just scored 90 against Jacksonville.
Yeah, you're probably not getting a lot of 90 nights out of Sylvan Hills.
And we were at like 86 with almost 4 minutes left. It's a game where we could have gotten to 100 potentially if they didn't just put all the deep end of the bench in.
Right.
And so I think that's key number 1. I think key number 2, though, is sitting right next to you in that box, and I think it's the heart-shaped Pazookies tonight. I think whichever teams goes crazy tonight.
We kind of butchered it a little area.
We did. I know.
Yeah. We haven't torn into it yet, but we got the whipped cream and the peanut butter here to the side.
That's right. And free plug on this network for friends at American Pie Pizza. You can see them find them over in Lakewood. That's where I got that. And great folks, great people. They do a good job. They've been a sponsor of ours on the Maumelle Sports Network. And, of course, the viral Pizookie that you will hear ringing throughout this arena, hopefully a lot tonight. So,
well, at least from the guys in blue.
That's right.
At least we hope so anyway.
That's
but,
right.
no, I'm hoping for a good game really on both sides. Now, as you said, it's going to be two different styles of game.
We're about to get in trouble. Look at this.
Oh, Lord.
Wait, Kerry, don't take it. Don't take it.
Hold on now.
Give me 1 minute.
That means he's giving us the rap sign here. So,
That's right.
But, again, should be pretty
He's
exciting.
going to square us up. He's going to make us look better.
There you go. See, that was driving me nuts. Too much headroom up here. He gets it. My man here gets it.
That's why he's our camera operator.
Golly, yeah. Poor Ace Burr hadn't made it in here yet, but he'll be behind us here. It's going to be a little wonky because you guys are the away broadcast, but you get the bear facing the right way. And whereas here on Sylvan Hills side, we're on the away side.
Look, Will Watkins, co-owner of this company, may have an aneurysm before the night's over because he has to watch the Sylvan Hills broadcast with an upside-down bear, but the Maumelle broadcast gets to see the right-side-up bear. He's just – and it drives him insane, and I love it. I think it's great. I always give him crap. So.
I, for one, think it's hilarious. So
I do too. But you know what? We have the upside-down bear on the football field because we're on the wrong side press box-wise.
Yeah, so
we might as well keep it even. I mean, make it work.
We're just used to it over on this side of things.
That's right. So. All right, well – I guess that'll do it for the pregame show. You guys are going to come back here in like 6 minutes or so.
Yeah, probably. 15 minutes. Jake, we're waiting on him to finally get himself in here. You know, it's pink out night, so again, make sure you tune back in here in about 20-odd minutes or so, and we'll have the first game here tonight as the Maumelle girls set to take on the Maumelle Lady Bears. So again,
Sylvan Hills Lady Bears.
Absolutely. So again, it's going to be. Oh, I said Maumelle, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I'm out of my mind here. Too much going on up here.
Right.
But again, two different styles here. It's going to be fun to watch here. And again, big rival game on Valentine's Day, no less. So make sure you stick around, join us over here on the Sylvan Hills Sports Network and over on the Maumelle Sports Network.
That's right. Well, appreciate you guys. And we're going to stay live here, so we won't cut this unless something crazy happens when I unplug this camera, which is potentially going to happen with production truck. But if not, we'll stay right here. Otherwise, we'll have another stream up here in a few minutes. The interview with Coach Kelly will be – I'm going to cut it, just the interview piece, and repost it on the Sylvan Hills Sports Network as well. So you guys, if you just want to watch just that, you'll have access to that as well.
Good stuff there from Coach.
All right. Well, good luck tonight, man.
All right. Well, we'll see you on the other side.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back into the affair here. Jay Bird, Jay Call now with us. The ever dapper Jay Call at that. Man, my man's is looking to the nines. I know I can't see it from back here, but woo! My man got the jacket on for me tonight.
I figured I'd sport the Nate Oates. You know, it's basketball. Trying to look good for this stellar matchup that we got here tonight.
Absolutely. Sylvan Hills taking on Maumelle. We got a doubleheader, girls, and then the boys after that one. But let's get to it here initially with this girls game. Now, we'll just be honest with you here. And we kind of broke it down with Steve. If you joined us here pregame, as we talked with new head coach Mark Kelly. We'll have that full interview up on the Sylvan Hills Sports Network site soon. But as we were talking to him, we were talking pregame here, and boy, this game right here, man, on the surface, you kind of yawn at it. A couple of 2-win teams in conference play. Maumelle sitting at 2-9, Sylvan Hills at 2-10. You think, golly, what do we have to look forward to here? It's Sylvan Hills and Maumelle. Enough said. Throw the records out, and really just, it's a rival game, so weird stuff going to happen. And we saw it in the last game, and unfortunately that was the last game that we saw Khalees McDaniel playing in. And so it's be a little bit different rendition this time around. So, Jake, what are you thinking here when you see two-win teams going at it? You got to be playing for pride at this point, right?
Yeah, definitely playing for pride, and I feel like that's something that that this Bears team radiates. They go out here and give it their 100%, 110% effort every single night they step on the court. The last time these two teams met, the Bears came away with the win, so you got to be thinking that they're coming out here and saying, we need to win this game. We beat this team last time. Let's go out here, handle business, and do it once again. Like you said, playoff hopes are all but, I'm pretty sure, basically dashed at this point.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah, so I know sometimes it might be hard for certain teams to get up for a game when playoffs aren't really in sight, but I think this is kind of where the Bears thrive. They come out here. It doesn't matter who they're playing, what's on the line. They're going to come out here and really compete. And I have a feeling that this should be a pretty close game come the end of the buzzer.
Absolutely. Just taking a look at Maumelle here, they've kind of found something here in the past couple of weeks, at least for Maumelle standards. Now they've gotten their 2 wins here pretty recently. They've got wins against Parkview and Mount St. Mary's in their past 5 games. You mix in some losses against Jacksonville, BB, and Valonia, which no shame in BB and Valonia there. Both those teams are pretty solid in the mix here of the 5A Central on the girls' side of things here. But like you said, it's Valentine's Day, and you got a couple of teams that basically they don't like each other. Mm-hmm. So it's always fun when you have those kinds of matchups.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty pumped for this rivalry game. So, how could you not be excited for a rivalry game here on a Friday night in Arkansas?
Absolutely. And quickly before we get to the national anthem and everything, looking at Sylvan Hills past 5, obviously that stunner against Mount St. Mary's. And right now the Bears just kind of the opposite of what the boys are right now. Obviously the Sylvan Hills boys on a 8-game winning streak right now. And the girls sitting at 9 losses in a row. So tough scene here. Losses, at least in their past 5. Mount St. Mary's, Parkview, Valonia, Little Rock Christian, and Jacksonville. Obviously that Jacksonville coming right there at the end. So just kind of a bummer. Last time out, Sylvan Hills kind of handled this Maumelle team 46-31. We'll see what that looks like in this rendition of this rivalry matchup. But we're going to just take a moment here, step aside as we have the playing of the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance. Stick with us here on the Sylvan Hills Sports Network. America. And, I need Ace to zoom in here. I want him to see the fit that my man here got. Zoom in on Nate Oates we got here. I mean, because my man's is looking sharp.
Nate Oates.
Well, we'll get him eventually here, hopefully, because I want everybody to see this as we get you set here for the starting lineups for tonight. And just looking at this Maumelle team, we said it the last time out, this is a very young team, very sophomore-laden. In fact, just looking at it, they only have one senior, and that's Christianity Garland. And then even after that, just 4 juniors, and then the rest of the team, all sophomores. So, this is going to be one of those things where it doesn't pay dividends yet. May start to see some progress next year, but here in the next couple of years, this team could be very dangerous when it comes to, the current construction anyways of the 5A Central.
The way those teams operate, especially when you get a whole group of talented sophomores on your squad, no matter what sport you're in, especially in high school athletics, and you can carry that from year to year, by the time you get to that junior year for them, they're going to be a talented squad. That's how it always works out. Mm-hmm. It seems like if you can get a group of people to stick around with each other, things are going to gel and things are going to work out for you.
Absolutely. And then, they got a little bit of size with them as well, as just kind of looking across the board here. McKaylin Hall, the junior, sitting at 5'10". Kaylin Robinson, 5'9". Ava Folks, 5'8". Alyssa Caldwell, 5'8". Harmony Starks, Carly Blunt, both 5'7". So, they've got some size. They've got some youth right now. And I think you nailed it. Here in the next year and a half, maybe by the time a lot of these girls are seniors, they're going to be nasty. Well, this was the game that changed the course of the Sylvan Hills season. As you may remember, Khalees McDaniel went out in this game, out for the year, got the knee injury. I believe I was talking to Coach Smith. She said she's got a surgery coming up. Didn't get into all the nitty-gritty of it. But, usually when you're dealing with surgeries, it's ligaments and all that, unfortunately. So just kind of reading the tea leaves there. Yeah, she's going to be out for a little bit here. So we're hoping by the time next year, rolls back around, we'll be able to see Khalees McDaniel back and better than ever.
Yeah, here's hoping. They have yet to really recover their offense since she left, and
yeah,
they played tough on defense, but they're definitely missing that element of surprise, speed, and attacking that force turnovers from the opposing team. We haven't really seen a lot of that, but they've got to figure out a way to put it together tonight. If they want to come away with a win, they've got to find something on offense. Somebody's got to click. And we've seen certain spurts from Drew Lattimore, who all of a sudden can just turn it on and really hit some shots. So
yeah.
I'm looking for Drew Lattimore, and maybe if you can get Rainey to drop a couple threes, things will work out for the Bears tonight.
And ball is everywhere right now. Nobody really had possession, but I believe we call it a kick ball on Maumelle. So they will start with possession. And now we're kind of officially off and running. Somebody actually has the ball. Sanaya Miller starting things out. You might see some hints of pink tonight as the Bears are going pink out for the game here against Maumelle. Drew Lattimore going up with one.
Nice
Can't get
steal.
anything but a good steal. And they're right back with it. J.C. Rainey.
Bang!
Bang!
Called
From
it.
home road.
That's what I'm talking about.
How's about that?
That's the exact start that the Bears needed, and they're putting on this full court press right now.
That's the start J.C. Rainey is needed. Oh, we got a timeout, Maumelle, so they are already frustrating him. But again, getting back to the point here about J.C. Rainey, she has struggled shooting the ball this year. She's the three-point specialist and just has not been able to find the stroke consistently. We got a couple of nights of 1 of 6, 2 of 9, things like that. If she can get around that 30 to 40%, that's going to be a problem for Maumelle tonight.
Oh, look, there's Steve way up there. I know it's hard to see him. He's way up there in the rafters. But
yeah, we've got the Maumelle team in here with us tonight. Now, they're not coming courtside. You know, they invited us courtside out there, but we just don't have the room down here. So they get our old perch. Great steal by Nia Hurd-Thomas. Ball in the front court. Yeah, got hung up on the hip there. As Drew Lattimore had a layup, just couldn't quite handle the ball. Maumelle quickly into the front court as they try to settle in, just get something going here. They haven't really had an offensive opportunity, almost a walk there. And they'll kick it back out. And it's Christianity Garland working it around the outside. Can't find much. Bears doing a great job closing off any driving lanes as they're in that zone. And it's always funny to see Kamari Turner out there beyond the three-point line, and that's going to be, well, it's out of bounds. It's also a shot clock violation, so pick your poison. Bears with the defense early on in this one. I know, Jake, you've kind of mentioned that in the past. They make a living on that defensive side.
They do. I mean, that's where they shine, especially since Khalees McDaniel went down. That's kind of where they shine, and I think that's a testament to a good coaching job and dedication from this Bears team of really honing in their defensive skills.
Now, a little long there from Hurd-Thomas, and we've got a foul call. Looks like it's going to go. Oh, just ball out of bounds. So no harm, no foul. Sideline guys giving the refs the business here. Sanaya Miller giving the business there as well. And we've got the block. A little soft in my opinion, but they didn't ask what I thought, as Drew Lattimore will get 2 shots at the line.
I think the Lady Hornets head coach thought it was a little soft as well.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a lot of contact. I mean, letter of the law, I guess you could say there was contact, but not enough to alter the shot as Lattimore misses the first. Gav already getting lit in the chat. We want to welcome the chat. We appreciate the chat. We want to hear from the chat. You know, we don't have any Super Bowl to talk about anymore. I know you loved it.
Yes. I enjoyed it as much as I could have, I guess.
Well, heck of a parade out there in Philly today, man. All kinds of wild stuff going on. And we've got an offensive foul there. And that was on Kamari Turner. So just the first foul for the Bears. But, yeah, did you expect it to go that way? I mean, I know I sure didn't.
No, I definitely didn't expect it to go that way. I myself lost some money.
No.
I definitely thought it was going the other way.
Oh, man.
You
just thought it was destiny for him.
Yeah, you know, I mean, if you really think about it.
He's steaming. He's mad all over again, y'all.
I think it would be an ignorant move to bet against the Chiefs. The way things have gone.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
The way things have gone the past 3 years, the way the officials officiate their games. I mean, if you really think about it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
It would seem like a dumb move to bet against them.
And they were what, 4-point favorites or something like that in that game?
No, it was like they were favored by like 1.5. I think.
Oh, okay.
It was like a 1.5 spread, and
yeah.
I'm not even sure if they were favored or not. No, yeah, they were favored.
No, come on.
And I mean, that's the way I looked at it. So I mean, if I just knew going into the game, if they lost, it is what it is. Because
it is what it is.
I just didn't want to get burned by them again because I've gotten burnt by them so many times, and so I was like, I'm not gonna get burnt by them. You just got to go with the obvious pick here, which everybody was picking Chiefs.
And then lo and behold, the Eagles just absolutely throttled them.
Yeah,
I wasn't surprised at the win. I think in the manner in which they won, frankly, I was stunned.
I see a lot of people saying that Jalen Hurts, top 2 quarterback. Yeah, that's a whole bunch of baloney.
I don't know about that. He had a great game. Let's not take anything away from him, but
no, he had a great
that doesn't elevate you to top status, in my opinion.
He had a great game. It took top 2 offensive line one of the best running backs in the league, best defense in the league, one of the best wide receiver rooms in the league, just for him to win it. So
yeah, which is why I never understand, and we got to travel on Kalen Robinson, and that's why I never understood why the quarterbacks have the win-loss attached to them. Yeah. I never liked that stat. I think it's bogus. And I never bring up wins and losses, at least when it comes to quarterbacks. Now, if they've just been a part of the team and they won and lost, yeah, sure. But, you know, I'm going to see the wins-loss for tight ends and, you know, right guards too.
Yeah.
Silvernail's working it in the front court here. Sanaya Miller taking it to the rack. Nothing doing there, though. Ava Folks. No relation to Devontae Folks. Oh, Lord, she hits the deck, and we got a trip call on Miller.
Speaking of, have we gotten any word on Devontae West for game later tonight?
He is starting tonight.
Okay.
So he is bike, and they are going to need him. And I believe I said Devontae Folks. I meant Darius Folks, obviously.
No, you said Darius Folks, but when you were just talking about the boys team, it just made me think because I hadn't heard word yet. I hadn't heard word.
But yeah, 00, no relation to the Sylvan Hills version of Folks. Spelled the same, though. Maybe they're like some kind of cousins here, but that would be a little wild.
I feel like I don't think I've ever seen that last name, so it's just kind of funny that we're seeing two tonight.
I know, right? Sylvan Hills with the miss, and Lattimore comes away with the rebound.
The offense has to move through Lattimore. She is the main ball handler for this girls' team since Khalees McDaniel went out, so definitely got to.
Yeah, they are living and dying with double deuce. And the scoreboard doesn't lie to you, gang. Oh, we got the hand one for Sanaya Miller.
Finishing through contact.
And she'll see if she can get three the hard way here. And she misses the free throw. J.C. Rainey in the mix there for the rebound, but nothing doing. And right now, 5-0. And Bears coming away with it. J.C. Rainey maybe thought a little too much on that one. And that is going to go to the Lady Hornets. Yes, we're getting all the coaching advice down here. Maumelle struggling mightily here early on. They can't really, hardly get a shot off, let alone get one to go in. But they are working it around the outside. And this Sylvan Hills defense is doing their job early on as that one's off the glass. Sanaya Miller comes away with the rebound. She's off and running. She's got numbers. Stops, pops. Ooh. Well, can't draw much there.
I think she was looking for the pass down low to Lattimore, but it wasn't there. And so
yeah, I couldn't tell if she kind of got caught between passing and shooting there.
Yeah, I think she kind of just panic stopped and just went ahead and pulled the trigger.
Yeah, the Twin Towers are now in. Kamora Washington and Kylie Metcalf check in. Maumelle off and running here. 3.5 left here in the first quarter. They still don't have a bucket, not even a free throw bucket. But again, they might. Metcalf out of nowhere with it.
Twin Towers instantly having an impact on the court.
Yeah, what did the five fingers say to the face? Oh, well, that was all ball there. So, Tiara Frank struggling to check in there. She almost ate it on the, I'd say the turf monster, but, we're on the hardwood. Folks trying to work it inside. And Maumelle is on the board.
That was a tough shot.
Yeah, Hall going up with it. And, again, that's that 5'10 junior, so they do have a little bit of size with them. We're not counting the hair. A little too heavy there from Frank to Washington. Just a little high for her to handle. And it seems like the Bears have had the more dominant quarter here, but nonetheless only up 5-2 at this point. And Frank comes away with the steal.
Errant pass results into a turnover.
Settle things down. Lattimore from way out there.
Bang!
Oh! Cushions it from Glen Hills Road. Oh! That's straight away bomb. Oh, great. Oh, and we got the foul there. Probably a little contact on it there. More body contact rather than arm contact, but that is the first on Metcalf.
So one more foul from the Bears, and the Hornets will be in double bonus, I think.
Yes. So Robinson hits them both. Cuts the lead in half for the Bears. Frank working it around the outside. He gets it into Metcalf. She goes right up, and, oh, they're going to get the call there. And I believe that's going to be on Hall. So Metcalf will get a couple of free throw attempts. Man, I really thought she just kind of shot that one, but you heard the contact. So, honestly, not as bad as what it looked. She misses the front end. And this has been one of those things where the Bears have either been really good at free throws or they have been really not good at free throws. And she knocks down the second. So lead now 9-4, just under 2 minutes left here in the first quarter on this Valentine's matchup of Bears and Hornets. That is long, and we're going to get a foul on Kaylin Robinson. Going to get the over-the-back call. Jayla Thompson checking in. She hasn't gotten a lot of run, but Coach Smith was telling me before the game that she'll probably get a little more just because it's her old mates. They'll see if they can work her into the rotation a little more. Sanaya Miller finds her. Robinson taking it to the rack. Oh,
that should have went in.
Can't get the bounce.
Oh, man. That should have went in right there. Oh, yeah, that one's going to be out on the Hornets.
And it's just been one of those kind of years right there for the Bears. That's it summed up. Just can't get the right bounce at the right time in a lot of these games. And really, every bucket at this point right now important, really, for both of these teams, because 9-4, you think, oh, man, anything could happen one way or the other. Maumelle either makes the lead way more manageable or Sylvan Hills can put some distance on them pretty quick. Tiara Frank shot.
Jump ball.
And we're going to go to jump ball. That is going to stay with Maumelle, but so the Bears coming with that press, but they leave Hall wide open out in the middle. $20-second difference on the shot clock and the game clock, so we'll have plenty more action here for you. Swings it to the outside. That's a three-point. Woo. Way off by Zoe Williams, and it's just chaos under the bucket. Sanaya Miller pulls it back.
Get her to the left.
Oh, too many steps. Couldn't get rid of the ball. Oh, Metcalf. I think she had an idea where she wanted to go, just didn't catch it clean. And that's a turnover. So 23 seconds left here in the quarter. We'll see if Maumelle holds for the final shot or if they just go right to it And it looks like they're just going right to it. And unfortunately, Metcalf again can't seem to handle it. Them hands are struggling right now. Right place at the right time, so you're halfway there. Just got to be able to hang on to it. So Maumelle will get about 13 seconds to make something happen. The fadeaway. And Metcalf corrals it this time, gets Sanaya Miller. Bears are going to have a chance at the last shot here, and we're going to get a foul. And that's going to be on Robinson. And 3.6 left. So that was the last one to give for Maumelle. If they foul again, Bears would have been shooting.
Who are you setting up here?
Oh, and they got the foul on Washington as she went up for it. Great play. Great setup as she got the position down low.
Smart move to go down low and try to force a foul or a bucket right there. Wasn't really anybody open around on the perimeter, so that was a smart move by Sanaya to get it in.
Well, and plus that gets you a second foul in the first quarter on Hall. So their beef down low is in a little bit of trouble. Not too much yet, but Washington misses the front half. Bears currently 1 for 6 from the free throw line, so again, just something they've struggled with at times on the season. And that one's short, and no points out of that last attempt. So 1 for 7 now are the Bears at the free throw line. Well, don't let the score fool you. This one's been full of action. It just hasn't been the ball going through the rim. Right now, the Bears lead 9-4 after one. Jay Bird, Jay Call with you here on the Sylvan Hills Sports Network. We got the second quarter coming up for you.
PCSSD is a family-like environment. There's always smiling faces. There's greeting in the morning, in the afternoon. They get a lot of involvement, not just parent involvement, student involvement, staff involvement, and I love all of that. I chose PCSSD because I was zoned here, but what made me stay was the support that we receive as a family.
And the best part about the day is my son come home with a smile on his face, that he enjoys school and excelled in the classroom. It's real big to our family.
Well, we got the officials right down here in front of us. I'm glad they gave us the good-looking fella down here by us. I got to butter him up a little bit. You got to get him ready for the next game. We're working long-term here.
Got to do
long-term here.
Sure.
Is this what is affectionately known as a Rudy moment? You are so full of crap.
Bears will start with possession. We got a little discussion here. They did forget to change the possession arrow.
Actually, nobody really got possession. The ball went out of bounds. It was given it to us.
So Sylvan Hills will start with it. Lattimore gets it into Miller, and we are off and running here.
It's confusing
in the second quarter.
To the second quarter.
I know, we're getting all the stuff down here.
Don't make me remember back that far. That's not good.
And Metcalf couldn't handle the pass. Miller almost came away with the steal. But nothing doing for the Bears. Folks working it around the outside. She drives, kicks it out. That's Christianity Garland. Garland going around everybody, gets it back out. And that's a great shot by Zoe Williams. So as I said earlier, all these shots currently are crucial. Rainey had a chance to maybe draw a foul there. Herb Thomas. Off the front iron, Bears can't get the rebound.
22.
Lattimore picks up her first foul there. Bears coming with the press, and they're making life hard. Maumelle works it out masterfully. Oh, Metcalf with another one.
That's a huge block right there from Metcalf. Man, she's very talented. I've seen her really improve all season long, and I just love watching her on the court, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, she's got quicker feet for, one of the forwards in the girls' game. Now, she can just work on the hands a little bit. The hands have been suspect at times, but she was throwing hands right there. We've got people tumbling down. They're going to get a blocking call.
What game was it that we were watching with Metcalf where she was just dropping bucket after bucket? Was that Parkview or was that Christian? I think it might have been Parkview.
I think it was Parkview, yeah, what you're thinking about.
I was looking at the schedule to see who they're going to play next Tuesday, and it's going to be BB at home. But the way the weather's looking, it might not.
Well, who knows? Bucket by Folks, and it is now a 1-point game. Bears offense has really got to get something going. They've been stuck on 9 for quite some time, and it just seems like they can't get anything going here. J.C. Rainey from way out.
Bang!
Oh, swishes it from Jasper Drive.
Rainey's found her stroke here tonight.
Rainey is on top of it here. She's got 2 of them tonight.
That one's going to be out on the Hornets.
Bears needed that one in a big way.
And just when you thought the Lady Hornets were making a comeback, the Bears make a huge get a huge 3 and get the ball back off a turnover. So let's see if the Bears can try to build on this lead and keep holding down the fort.
Yeah, you saw the ref asking Sanaya about her pink hand tape there. It's pink out here on the hillside, obviously in Valentine's Day.
You don't see too many wrist tapes in basketball.
Yeah, she kind of got that boxer vibe going, and Lattimore takes it to the rack, picks one up. She'll get a couple of shots. I believe that foul was on Robinson.
I do want to say this about Lattimore. Lattimore has improved a lot, I think, since the beginning of the year. I feel like at the beginning of the year when she was driving the lane, it was more of just a throw it up and hope effort. Now I feel like she's at least making an effort to try to get it in the bucket, and I think it shows. She's heading to the line a lot more because of it.
Yeah, now if she could just convert a few more from the line, got one there, so she's 1 for 4 from the line tonight. But it has been one of those things where she's either knocking them down or, look at that, just finds Lattimore. She takes it to the rack, and one! Oh, Drew Lattimore finally gets one to go. Going to get 3 the hard way, hopefully.
Ask and you shall receive.
Jake Hall, that's expert analysis right there. Swish that one, so 2 for 5 now. She gets 3, and just like that, the Bears' lead is double Maumelle again.
They're putting on this press.
And Miller got a little too aggressive.
That was a close one.
Only the second foul on Miller, and that was out on Hurd Thomas. So Maumelle still with the ball, but they're having a time and a half trying to get it up the court. J.C. Rainey hounding Folks. Maumelle just trying to find somewhere in the paint to go with the ball. Bears just not allowing that.
They're really locking down the paint, not giving them any opportunity to get down there.
Yeah, between Turner and Metcalf, they have just locked it down.
Hurd Thomas with the rebound, gets it back to the Bears.
Lattimore, foot inside the line, a little too much juice on it. Nia Hurd Thomas comes away with it. And Sanaya Miller thought about it for a second. Kick out to J.C. Rainey. Well, that's going to be way short. And nothing doing.
Oh,
Kamari Turner, right place at the right time. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, but good positioning, though, for her. And this is just defensive struggle right now. Both teams putting on a bit of a clinic. Bears probably shooting themselves in the foot more so than Maumelle. Pull up. And nothing doing from Miller on that three-point attempt.
just a little off. You know, that's not something that we've seen a lot from her, the three-point shot. We've seen her.
Well, especially the pull-up.
Yeah, a lot more drive to the bucket type of offensive style for her.
But I guess if they're going to let you have it,
yeah, I mean,
why not? We got the trap here. Great pass.
Shoot or shoot, man.
By Flackel. Shooters do shoot. And that is going to go the other way. I'm not sure. I believe that foul is going to be on Hall. Yeah, so that's her third already. So that could be a big blow for Maumelle if they decide to keep playing her or even take her out.
It's just under 4 minutes left to go in this first half still. So
yeah,
they're probably going to have to make a substitution.
Now we got number 25, Harmony Starks, looking to check in. And another fan, that's on Hall again, so she's up to 4.
Oh, no. That is that's a big blow right there.
Well, I think they were trying to get her out, but just waiting for the next dead ball. And unfortunately, a foul on her was the next dead ball.
You know, that's something as a player you got to recognize. Oh, I have 3 fouls. I probably don't need to play as aggressive because I'm probably about to get
I think,
out.
yeah, and to that point, I think that's something you got to recognize on the offensive side. Hey, go at her.
Yeah, for sure. Credit to Drew Lattimore for doing exactly that.
Absolutely. So Hall might be out for a while now, so she's sitting on 4. Lattimore knocking them both down, so she's found the stroke. Started pretty rough. Now she's up to 4 for 7. Folks gets pushed out. Nothing doing in the paint right now for Maumelle. They just can't seem to find anything, and that's kind of what their bread and butter is to try to get inside. They don't have a lot of shooters. And the errant pass out of the hands on Folks, so Bears will get another possession here. 3:18 left, 18-8. Here in the first half, Sylvan Hills hosting Maumelle out on the hillside. Jay Bird, Jay Call with you here on the Sylvan Hills Sports Network. We're on the right network this time. So we want to welcome the chat along. Lattimore, a little too much oomph on that one. Maybe just want to use the glass a little bit while going up there. Couldn't tell if she was thinking maybe someone was going to get a hand up or what. Great pass, great defense. Oh, surprised they didn't call one there.
That was a foul.
And she lost the dribble there. Again, that way she holds that hand out,
yeah,
she's susceptible to that. Oh, long range. Nothing doing. Gets her own rebound. In and out. And Jayla Thompson, comes away with the rebound.
We might be seeing a little bit of tired legs out there, I feel like.
Yeah, Flackel just couldn't get any elevation. Oh, great move by Lattimore. Just rolled out of the rim.
Again, that type of season for him so far.
Missed a carry there. Whew. Oh, man, silky shot by Garland. And with that, Sylvan Hills will take a timeout.
I'm surprised.
Maumelle coach calling his players over there.
Yeah, like, that's funny. He's confused why his players weren't going over there.
Yeah.
Grizzone rocking the pink, too, I see.
You know, when you have a pink out, you got to have some pink.
Yep.
I didn't get the memo, or I would have rocked my pink shirt.
I don't think I used to have some pink shirts. I don't think I have any more, though. I need to.
No, I've got plenty of those.
I need to go out and buy me one.
Yeah, you know, it goes with this jacket you got on here.
Look at this shirt coming down the stairs. You see what it says? It says dump him.
Dump him. Oh, man, you can tell love is in the air. Things you love to see. I love the creativity out here.
Don't
dump him.
No, I was like, what? I wish our headsets went up to cameraman's headset as well.
Thompson working it. They're trying to get her anything. Oh, she kind of fought through a lot of contact. I'm guessing they thought they got ball a lot more first, which I'd probably agree with them there. As she did kind of lose possession prior to the obvious hack. Starks gets it out to Flackel. Flackel works it over to Garland. Garland's, sizing it up. Thompson pokes it out. Play clock under 8, or shot clock, I'm in the wrong sport here. And we got the
what a charge. Nice job.
Oh, Sanaya Miller taking one for the team.
That's high basketball IQ. That's how you get those charges, being in the right place at the right time and knowing where to be.
And just bracing for impact.
Yep. You know, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I'm somewhat of a popcorn addict, and right now the smells are getting into my nostrils. And I'm about to go eat dinner, and it's killing me.
Yeah, we might have to give him a popcorn for the road. So Bears knock another one down.
I think that was Kamari Turner.
Her first bucket of the game. Sanaya Miller hitting the deck. I think she just lost her footing. Flackel off the iron tough. Oh, Metcalf with the block. That's her fourth one of the night, I believe. Sanaya Miller off and running. Gets a Tiara Frank. Oh, just
man.
A little too much. And then, cannot get the bounce. She gets her own rebound. Kicks it out. My goodness,
Smart
the
move to
work.
get it out.
And then Turner misses. Hey, why not do it again?
Do it again.
Thompson.
Oh, man. I was locked and loaded on that one. I thought that one was going to fall.
Oh, man, this place would have lost it if she'd have hit one. As it stands, Garland comes back, cuts the lead to 8. Bears got a shot at the last shot here. They're down to 6 seconds. We'll see what they cook up here. Miller, stop, pop. Oh,
Frank.
Just can't get it to go. Oh, Sanaya, the shooting woes continue for her tonight, and she's now 1 for 5. Well, they could have used it, but as it stands, an 8-point lead going into the half. 20-12 is the Bear lead. We'll kind of break down the stats here. We're just going to be honest here, they're a little ugly. But on the other side here, we'll try to see if we can fluff them up a little bit for you here on this Valentine's evening. Bears lead by 8 at the half. Jay Bird, Jay Call with you here on the Sylvan Hills Sports Network. Second half coming your way.
You should choose PCSSD because of the great teachers, the great staff, and the opportunities that your child will have to further their education, their social development, and basically just their lives. My kids are getting a great education. They are getting great opportunities to be involved in sports and extracurricular activities in the community. I believe that for our family, we chose the best possible school when we chose PCSSD. If I were to do it all over again, I wouldn't do anything any differently.
Project Zero is a 501c3 nonprofit with one goal, and that is to have 0 kids in foster care waiting to be adopted.
And we're hoping to have 0 kids waiting. That's our whole goal, Project Zero.
It means no kid is forgotten, and there are people always fighting for kids to find their forever family, no matter how old they are.
There's not awareness out there. I don't think people understand the need that we have here in our own state for these children who are wonderful children waiting for forever families. PCSSD is a family-like environment. There's always smiling faces. There's greeting in the morning and the afternoon. They get a lot of involvement, not just parent involvement, student involvement, staff involvement, and I love all of that. I chose PCSSD
because I was zoned here. But what made me stay was the support that we received as a family.
And the best part about the day is my son come home with a smile on his face, that he enjoyed school and excelled in the classroom. It's real big to our family.
Jay Bird, Jay Call with you here on the Sylvan Hills Sports Network. Getting you ready for the second half here. 20-12 is the lead for the Bears. And frankly, they're fortunate to be in that lead because the shooting numbers, they are not great. 3 for 14 inside the arc, 3 from 9 from 3, so that's not awful.
You know, but it was kind of due to a rough first quarter. That's the end of the second quarter. They started to kind of find their groove.
Yeah, a little bit there, but just some of the the layups just aren't going down. Oh, man, it's been ugly.
Yeah.
5 of 12 from the free throw line, too. You'd like to see at least 9 of 12, but, you know, as it stands, 20-12 lead, so I guess that's all that really matters, but you'd like for it to be a little prettier. You know, when you're shooting 6 of 23 overall, tough scene.
So I know they fell short on Tuesday against Mount. We were at the boys' game at Catholic, so we didn't get to watch that one live.
Yeah, bummer. Apparently, that one got wild there at the end.
But the last time that this Lady Bears team was up on a lead like this, it was definitely Parkview, and they ended up falling short at the end and giving up the lead. So I like to see. I want to see them hold on to the lead and keep playing strong defense and try to figure out those shots.
Yeah, just keep the throttle down, as they say.
Yeah. Don't let your foot off the gas.
Yeah, absolutely. So Maumelle starts out with possession here in the second half. Folks just kind of feigning a lot out there. And the steal by Sanaya Miller. She is off and running. Nia Hurd-Thomas. Oh, off the front iron.
That was a moonshot. Very high arcing.
Yeah, that one had some arc to it. Could have found Noah on that arc. Folks kicks it out. That's a travel. Yep. Yeah, just a little. Carly Blunt got a little ahead of herself there.
Good catch.
This good-looking official right here. Man, oh, man, I'll tell you what. As we did get a reaction out of him. So, you know, we're building goodwill here for the second half.
Yep.
And for the boys' game. Miller working it. Nia Hurd-Thomas with it. Not sure why J.C. Rainey's even in the paint. That's not her game. And just a little bit out of the reach of Turner. And the ball will go over. Are they trying to say that Maumelle tipped it? Oh, they changed the call. Great call by the officials. I thought she may have tipped it, but from our angle, maybe I was wrong.
You know, you don't really see officials change their call.
You know, that was the guy I was buttering up, too. I just want that noted for the record that I got that call.
Well, we're about to see right now if ball don't lie, so.
And here we go. J.C. Rainey inbounds the ball to Hurd-Thomas. They get it out to Miller, who gets it back to Lattimore.
Oh, she thought about
wanted it.
Oh.
And then Drew Lattimore out of nowhere. And we've got,
let's see.
I'm not sure what we got a tech on number 25. That's Harmony Starks.
Well,
I'm not sure what the T was for. If maybe she got just a little too physical and it was beyond the liking of the officials. And Turner can't get that one to fall. So Bears will have 2 shots and the ball here. So Turner misses both. Bears will get the inbounds here. We're trying to get a little info here. Jake with his reporter cap on. He's got the jacket, so he needs one of those hats with the little paper that says press on it.
I do.
Some back in the day type stuff. Lattimore can't get that one to fall, but Hurd Thomas going to chase down the rebound. And Miller runs right into Hurd Thomas. J.C. Rainey a little too strong. And that is going to stay with the Bears as Blunt could not corral the rebound.
Grizzone's starting to fill up nicely over there.
And for a girls' game at that.
Yeah, that was a moving screen. Nothing wrong with that. Will not argue that at all.
And Kamari Turner picks up her offensive foul there for the moving screen. So just her second. And this game is just snail's pace right now. And look at that. Sanaya Miller just flat takes it away. Lattimore wide open, goes with the left hand.
That stretches the lead back out to 10.
Things you love to see. A double-digit Bears lead. Maumelle gets it across the line. Oh, two of them go for it. And they just lose the ball. Yeah. And I think it's going to stay with Maumelle as Miller is the one that poked it out. Zoe Williams and Kaylin Robinson check back in.
The Lady Hornets are in quite the predicament right now because who has the 4 fouls? Is it Hall?
Hall, yes.
Yeah, Hall's on the bench right now with the 4 fouls, and she was a big producer for them, I feel like, offensively in the first half.
Well, especially defensively, just that 5'10" frame, and that shot errant. Lattimore on the deck, and it gets kicked, I believe, out of bounds by Robinson. And Bears going with the tower lineup here as Metcalf and Washington are checking back in. So this is when they can take advantage of that size with Hall sitting with 4 fouls. Washington, I believe, is the tallest one out there. Well, Metcalf is also right there with her. So they've definitely got a size advantage down low. We'll see if they can use it to their advantage. Washington trying to post up when the ball's on the other side. So she gets underneath right there, though, and gets the foul.
Nice job right there from Washington.
How about it?
Finish it through the contact. Great shot.
Nice roll to the bucket, too. She looked pretty swift on her feet on that one.
She was calling it for a reason, even when the ball's on the other side.
Well, Hall's checking back in. A little risky here. Whew. If I'm Sylvan Hills, I'm going right at her. I am going right at her.
They're trying to stop the bleeding and see if it pays off for them. What is it in dodgeball where he says that risky move, Cotton, see if it pays off?
Yeah, coming back in with 4 fouls is a choice. But if I were the Bears, I would screen until you get Lattimore onto Hall. And see if you can draw that 5th one out of her. Sorry, I kind of blanked out there. Wide open shot here for Robinson. It's wide. Or excuse me, that was Garland. And the foul, little 22 on 22. As Robinson picks up that foul, Lattimore will go to the line for 2. And Lattimore has found the stroke at the line now. She heard us talking about it. She's gotten 5 of her points from the line now. A little soft there, but she gets her own rebound. Had folks in the air. Oh, great ball movement from the Bears. And J.C. Rainey just a little wide.
Ball movement was there.
That was crisp. Yeah, she did have someone bearing down on her, so they obviously affected the shot.
You don't see the shooter get their own rebound on free throws too often.
Not too often. That one bounced around for a second. That one thrown out. Everybody just, Lattimore was looking to leak out. Hall from the free throw line, a little hard. And Washington corrals that one. And we're going to get a jump ball. That will stay with the Bears. And Hall taking some risk there.
Yeah, no, that was definitely risky.
I was waiting for the call.
I'm sure the Lady Hornets coach was holding his breath.
A little nervous there when the whistles start going. And we got a timeout for the Bears. And I do believe it is a full timeout. So just kind of settle them down a little bit as they are up 26-12, halfway through the third quarter here.
No, I think Coach Strickland seems a little bit more reserved here tonight. Haven't seen her. Well, I guess it's easy.
Well, when you're up 26-12, it's a little easier to.
Yeah, it's easy to be reserved when you got a lead like this, for sure.
Well, and just be honest here, officiating's been great.
Yeah, no, it has.
I have had no complaints tonight.
I don't think we've complained one time, and that's kind of I feel like
that's a rarity from us.
It's a little bit of a rarity.
Now, I'm not sure if Steve and the gang over at the Maumelle Sports Network see it the same way across the way here.
Yeah, I might have to watch it back just to see the.
Yeah, somebody bring the feed up for those guys and see if they're getting on to the officiating here. Because, again, Hall being in foul trouble, pretty much there towards the end of the second quarter.
Could be a huge
I would probably frown upon it. But, again, I haven't seen anything egregious one way or the other.
No, I haven't seen anything egregious.
And I would wonder what the technical was. I don't know if she maybe said something or maybe trying to take shots below the belt. I don't know. They were getting a little physical down there. But,
at the beginning of the game, there was a few calls that I thought might have been just a little bit soft, but they've been calling it the same way all game long. They haven't wavered, and that's what you would like to see out of officials.
Yeah, if you're going to suck, at least suck for both teams. That's the way I look at it. So Nia Miller goes cross court.
I thought that was
in and out for Lattimore. I thought we were going to have some fireworks there. And Hall, the errant pass. Lattimore bringing the ball up court. Absorbs it.
Nice finish right there from Lattimore.
That was actually really good defense there from Hall. You kind of hold your breath every time at this point, especially if you're a Maumelle fan. 28-12. Falk stops, pops. And she certainly does love classical music, especially from the string section. Thought Miller would have given that a go. J.C. Rainey. She don't pass up shots often, but she does there. Lattimore from three.
She was
a little too heavy. And the rebound. And another rebound. And yet another rebound. And they finally kick the ball out.
Rebounds galore.
Oh my gosh. Turner finally gets one.
A little Euro step to finish it off.
Well, so you miss 4 shots, but you hit the 5th, and it's all worth it.
Any possession that ends with a bucket is a good possession.
Yeah, regardless of how many chances you get with it. J.C. Rainey, just a short. Ooh.
Bears are doubling them up right now.
Yeah, 30-15, just under 2 minutes left here in the third. In the corner. Heavy shot from Zoe Williams. And Lattimore is off to the races. She pulls it back. Thought about the shot. And they are certainly giving her some space, but the way she's been shooting tonight, I probably would too. Metcalf, little baby hook, couldn't quite get it to fall.
And she was being guarded by Hall right there. Hall's playing some pretty tight defense for having 4 fouls.
Yeah, exactly, for having 4 fouls. Maumelle whips it to the far side. Miller cuts off that drive. Kamari Turner. Great defense by Kamari, and she comes away with the rebound. Miller off and running. J.C. Rainey pulls it back wisely, gets it right back.
Oh, man.
Maybe should have shot that. Oh, and we get the foul on Drew Lattimore. I believe that foul's going to be on Robinson.
I thought Rainey should have pulled the trigger right there. She was open.
She don't pass that one up much. But, hey, respect for the good shot for the great shot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she hit a pair in the first half, if I'm not mistaken. She gets, as Lattimore gets that first one to fall.
Washington and Frank will come in now. And
she hits them both.
So Lattimore will take a break. Nia Hurd Thomas takes her place. (32-15) now as we're under a minute here in the fourth. Hall brings the ball up. Frank maybe got away with a little contact here. Good poke. And Maumelle helping the cause there.
Away with it?
Sanaya Miller. Oh, Washington just throws. And you like to see a little more touch from Washington there under the basket, but
that was a little strong.
You reach, I teach. And Sanaya Miller picks up her third, I believe. Yeah, her third foul.
Shot clock is now off.
Yeah. Just under 31 left here in the third. See how Maumelle plays it. Really, at this point, well, they're going quick. Oh, in and out. Yeah, give her 1 point for it at least.
Yeah, that's a rough roll.
So Sanaya Miller just taking her time, getting into the front court. Off the feet.
Oh.
And we're going to have a jump ball here, and it'll go with Maumelle as they've got just over 5 seconds left.
Credit to the Bears, haven't taken their foot off the gas, really.
Yeah, and I know that's something you were talking about early on. Nia Hurd Thomas, lucky she didn't get a foul call there.
I thought she was going to get one.
And that'll count, and it doesn't matter as Williams' shot is no good. So after 3, they are fully unleaded right now as the score is 32-15. Girls only allowed 3 points in that quarter, so they are cruising right now. Man, you like to see that. 32-15, the lead for the Bears. We've got the fourth quarter coming up for you here in just a minute here on the Sylvan Hills Sports Network.
I would say school choice is a great option. You can do your research like we did. Visit with other parents that have children in the district. We visited the schools before we made the choice to come here. We chose to school choice because we have had such a great experience here. Teachers, staff have been so helpful and reassuring, and we've been forever grateful for it. And I'd do it all over again. PCSSD is a great option no matter where you live.
(32-15) here as we start the fourth quarter. And the Bears doubling up Maumelle right now. Well, a little more than doubling up, so there you go. Jake here trying to get us the scoop on the tech earlier. All right, Jake, what'd you find out for us there?
He was trying to give her some instructions on trying to fix something that she was doing wrong. I guess was trying to tell her, you know, we need to watch while you're doing this, or else we're going to have to give you a foul, whatnot. And she apparently waved him off. And he said that was disrespect.
Yeah, so being flippant with the official. Yeah, no, can't do that. Bears having a time getting. Oh. I kind of reset the clock there in a way. So Bears get a break, and they break the press pretty easily there. Sanaya Miller pulls it back. So Maumelle turning up the heat here. Nia Hurd-Thomas.
Bang!
Oh, bangs that one in from 10, killer drive. That was an absolute swish. Big fan of Paul Wall because that was Swish a House. I don't know if Peyton knows who Paul Wall even is. Paul Wall? Oh, for the love of all that is good on this earth.
This is going to be crazy going nuts. Is he from SNL?
Get out. Get out right now asking if he's from SNL. Jiminy Christmas. What's wrong with these kids, Jake?
He thought SNL was a TV channel. I can't even remember who I was talking about.
Oh, mercy. So that is the
yes, that is
first foul on Washington. And Robinson rattles home the first. Flackel will check back in. She'll take the place of Kamori Kelly. We're going to try to get producer Peyton cultured up here a little bit by the end of the season.
We're trying.
Yeah, Paul Wall. Oh, my gosh. Chat, back me up here. I know we're not too active in the chat right now, but back me up here on Paul Wall. One of Houston's finest. One of the godfathers of chopped and screwed music. Oh, great pass. Oh, I guess we were going to let that cancel out. It didn't look like there was a bit of a travel. Nia Hurd-Thomas. Oh, can't get it to fall. Pokes the rebound. Can't get that one to go either as Bears with 3 misses there.
I feel like Paul Wall, I don't know why I feel like this, but I feel like he was on Pit My Ride, the TV show Pit My Ride. I don't know why.
That was Exhibit.
No, it was Exhibit, yeah.
Yeah, Exhibit was Pit My Ride.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
And we got the push. I believe that was on Robinson. And that's her 5th foul, so Kaylin Robinson has fouled out.
Pimp My Ride, where the working nurse needed a new carburetor, but we'll get a fish tank in the back of her car.
You know, I ain't mad at that.
I'm not mad at it either. It was
some of those were wild.
I watched a lot. I used to watch that back in the day.
Oh, heck yeah, man. I loved Pimp My Ride. Just all the crazy colors is what did it for me.
Yeah.
And then just some of the little details, like in the headrest, they would do the stitching. Oh, man, good stuff. Drew Lattimore from the corner. Boom! From Delray Road!
She's clapping. She's happy with that one.
She needed that one in the worst way. Oh, off the feet, and Frank comes up with it, and we are off and running. Oh, that's definitely a travel. Just couldn't get those. Oh, mercy goodness. Oh, that is going to be well short.
Whew, that was a rough one.
That one was tough. Metcalf comes up with the read. Drew Lattimore is on a mission. Kicks it out. Nia Hurd-Thomas. Oh, off the front. Follows it up. Gets it in. Oh, nice. Look at the ball movement. Kamari Turner.
Man, where has this been for the past few games? We've needed to see a lot more of this. They are moving the ball around well, playing strong defense, and been very impressed with the Lady Bears tonight.
40-19, the lead now for the Bears. My goodness. So how about it now? Drew Lattimore leading the way, but Kamari Turner chipping in 6 points of her own. So anyway, back to, Paul Wall here. I mean, Paul Wall and Chameleonaire, Peyton, like, what are we doing?
Chameleonaire.
What are we doing? Chameleonaire. I mean, they were a thing. Yeah. Don't you know the song Riding Dirty? Oh, that's like his big. Oh my God!
You don't know that song?
That's like one of the biggest pop hits. I mean, for it being like him and Crazy Bone, that was kind of a pop song.
If you don't know the song, you've at least heard it before. Like you've heard it.
Yeah,
on,
you're trying to catch me riding dirty. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Well, him and Paul Wall used to be like a duo.
Dude, I remember.
So they had some bangers too.
I remember being at the skating rink.
I want you to comb your Apple Music tonight and just listen to Paul Wall.
You don't know how to skate?
What do kids do nowadays?
You wouldn't have gotten any chicks back in the day then.
He didn't get chicks now.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we got that on the air too. Great. I'm glad we could do that. What position you playing for the baseball team? We'll get a little baseball preview here.
What position do you play for baseball?
Oh, the utility guy, so he can do it all, ladies.
Are we going to see you pitch at all? Probably not.
I won't see him on the mound much, but that's okay. Oh, off the bottom of the backboard. Hall from the free throw line gets the friendly roll.
He plays the bench position.
No, not producer Peyton. He's a contributor. Frank kicks it out to Nia. Oh, off the front. Oh, what a snag by Lattimore. Oh, man. Herb Thomas just can't buy one from beyond the arc right now, but it's worked out half the time that the Bears end up with a bucket when she misses the three. So I guess if it's not broke, don't fix it.
They're controlling the offensive board for sure.
Yeah, they have definitely flexing right now as they are doubling them up, and Tiara Frank just a little too aggressive on the defense there.
Full reset here for the Lady Bears as everybody comes out.
All right, so we are getting the full. So Thompson in there. Also, we've got Sydney Wilson. Hadn't seen much from her. She's yet to, I think, record a stat so far this year, so get ready. We're going to lose our minds if either one of them gets a bucket here. Namely Thompson, as she played at Maumelle last year. So, it's going to be fun if she can get something on the board. Maumelle working it. Hall gets it out. Flackel. Oh, swish. (42-24) now. As a lot of the reserves are in. Thompson trying to find anybody. Finds J.C. Rainey. Oh. And I believe that's a foul on Washington.
Darn it.
Expert analysis there from Jake Hall. Darn it. That's all you get from him there. And it was apropos analysis at that.
Hey.
Not much you can say other than darn it.
I mean, what else can you say?
Yeah.
Hey, ball don't lie, though. We got it back. Ball don't lie.
Yeah, see, it does not fib usually. Well, you stick around here for the boys' game here. That one should be exciting, as the Bears are looking to keep their winning streak alive, and they will have to that's a walk on Washington.
Yep.
But got an 8-game winner on the line, and they're going to have to play probably one of the best games they've ever had against this Maumelle team, who is currently tied for first in the conference.
That's going to be a doozy.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something if they were able to knock off Little Rock Christian and I can't complain that. J.C. Rainey does not agree with the call, but I think she did get a lot of hand on that shot.
Well.
So,
hey, you're playing at home. This is going to be a revenge game for them. They already lost to them on the road.
Yeah.
I think this team's going to come out fired up, and if they can hit their shots and somehow figure out a way to slow down those two big men for the Hornets, then they're going to have a shot for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. You have to play this one a little different than maybe what they did against Christian. Obviously, they had J.J. Andrews,
right.
Similar talent as to what Maumelle poses. But the difference with Maumelle, they've got 3 or 4 other guys who are solid.
Well, and I don't know if you remember when those teams first met earlier on in the season, they were trying to play the run game with them. Real high-speed offense,
Oh, yeah.
moving it up the court, and it did not pay off for them. I think this time we might see a little bit more half-court style, trying to slow the game down and kind of get the Hornets out of rhythm. I feel like that. I think that's kind of the way the Bears need to go, but we'll see what Coach has dialed up for him.
And I'll be interested to see if Jordan Harris comes back in this one. He was out in the first matchup with the Bears, but McGuire is going to be good. Rochelle, good. Jace Tillman. I mean, you're going to go down the roster here, and they're big and athletic, and that's going to be something that the Bears are going to have to contend with. Obviously, helps having Devontae West back in this one. But is that going to be enough? And you kind of mentioned it. You know, they tried to go up and down with them, and that's not exactly the Bears game. I mean, they can do it. Thompson from way out. Ooh, we wanted it.
I think that ball might have got tipped a little bit, changed the trajectory.
Something happened there. 2 minutes left in this one affair. Washington fighting for the – Washington on the deck. And I think we got a timeout, Maumelle, as they were able to corral that rebound.
So just under 2 minutes to go here. What is it, a 14-point lead? Yep, 14-point lead.
14, yeah, so they've clawed back a little bit into this one. But, you know, honestly, the way both these teams are shooting, that seems insurmountable.
Yeah.
But as we said, we see weird stuff in these rival games. But going back to the boys' game here, I do think if they are able to slow it down, I mean, Sylvan Hills can run a little bit, but they can play in that half-court set. And we saw that against Catholic, where Catholic had that thing slogged down to just a dogfight.
Yeah.
And it took the Bears a minute to adjust. Now, they're not going to have time to adjust to Maumelle if that's how they go, but, you know, Maumelle likes to get out and run, and if they're going to get out and run with them, they've got to be able to hit shots.
No, if the Bears come out like they did against Catholic, I don't really think it's going to end well for them. They've got to come out. They got to come out, and they got to come out hot.
Well, yeah, and they have to lock down on defense because they are going to be out everything right now. I think, like you said, the athleticism. There's an obvious height advantage there across the board. So we'll see how it goes as we've got a $1:56 left in this one before we close the books on it. And then we'll bring you the boys' action after that. Maumelle having a time trying to get it in. I think they got away with a walk there, but they're just going to kind of let things go. And I believe that foul is on Miller, and that's her fifth. So she is done for the night. Taking her place is Tiara Frank. I'm impressed with the ink on Tiara Frank there. Man, that is some art.
Yeah, it is. You know what? I don't know if I've said this already in the season, but I feel like if I get a tattoo, I'll just look like a doofus. I just look like a dorky white guy.
You're not a tattoo guy?
I guess I got to stick with the clean look. I feel like if I get some ink, I'll just look like a dorky white guy. But
off the feet. So Bears getting a little loose with the ball. And then Maumelle just gives it right back. So I think, man, you had to think if they got a bucket there, cut it to 10. You know, you got to start breathing a little heavy, especially with them being in the double bonus right now. Coach Strickland taking a timeout here, probably a good timeout at this point, just to settle it down and be like, hey, you got to finish it out.
Yeah. No, I mean, they've trimmed it to 12 points, but, I mean, there's not a lot of time left. You guys, they just got to play some tight defense right here and don't give in. I mean, I don't really know how they've let off the gas or what has happened with the Lady Hornets, but they're shooting the ball a lot better right now, so they're going to crank their defense up just a notch.
Yeah, maybe emptied the bench just a little early.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you want to try to get some reps for some of your others, but it does look like they've got Lattimore's back in.
Well, I think
Thomas is back in.
It looked like the Hornets had emptied their bench as well, but
it kind of worked out for them.
Yeah, it did.
Close to a backcourt there, and we're going to get I guess they're going to call a travel there on Lattimore. And Lattimore makes up for it.
That's a foul.
Oh, and they did get the foul call, and that'll be on. Yeah, I didn't hear the whistle. So Lattimore will get 2 shots. So that foul was on Lattimore and not Frank. Well, obviously, since Lattimore is the one shooting. Swish is the first one.
She's found her rhythm at the stripe tonight.
Yeah, don't ask Peyton about Swish-a-House either. Lee. Swish-a-House. It's the record Lee, never mind. Chat, back me up on this. I know there's some old heads in the chat. She got a lot of points tonight, does Drew Lattimore. A lot of free throws, too. Couldn't get the bounce in. That foul going to be on Frank. Just her second. Folks knocks down the first one. Cuts it to 11, or 13, excuse me. And she knocks them both down. Minute left here in the fourth. Bears up 12. Heard Thomas had a shot there. Passed it up, though. J.C. Rainey. Almost banked one in from the crazy angle. And, all right, that was a pretty cheap foul on Frank. Not sure I agree with that one. That'll be the first time you hear me complain tonight.
I thought that one was cheap as well.
I didn't think that was much of a foul. I thought she was just trying to find her balance and keep that pivot foot more than it was affected by Frank. But as it stands, she'll get 2 free throws here. And she misses the first, so you can breathe a little sigh of relief, Bears fans. At 44.5 seconds and up 12 right now. Best they can do is cut it to 11 right here. And the bank shot is in. And Lattimore gets it across the line. And it looks like they will just take their time trying to find anything.
About a 10-second difference.
Yeah, about 9 or 10 seconds. Quick hands, but and Lattimore just hands it over. Not sure what she was thinking there. Plays the good D with no foul, and the ball is rolled in by Blunt.
Yeah, that's going to be the
But
end.
I do believe that will be just about it. Kind of surprised Maumelle hadn't tried to foul prior to this anyways. And that is the final buzzer as the Bears hang on in this one. Maumelle tried to make it interesting, but the Bears snapped their losing streak finally. And what better way to do it than against your rivals in the district in Maumelle, a 44-35 win. And what can you say? Drew Lattimore carried the way.
Yeah, no, Drew Lattimore. I said it at the beginning of the game. The ball runs to her. We needed her to have a great shooting night if they wanted to come out with the W in this one, and that's exactly what happened. Drew Lattimore really found her stroke from the perimeter and was driving the lane really well, finishing through contact, as well as some other participants in the game as well. Rainey had found her shot, had a couple other threes from a few other Bears, and They were moving the ball around well. Excellent defensive performance from the whole team. So great win for the Lady Bears, and that's something you can build on, especially looking towards these last few games of the season and going into next season.
And really, I guess it doesn't matter at this point. You swept your rival, so
yeah,
who cares?
And that's
who cares at this point, right?
That's big W's in my book.
Absolutely. Maumelle boys getting ready to take the court for their warm-ups. Here come the Bears for their warm-ups, and it's going to be a barn burner, especially here in the first quarter. You better believe both these teams are going to be up and down trying to set the tone.
Oh, yeah.
And we are going to set the tone with them here. We're going to step aside here for just a few minutes and get you set here. Again, girls win 44-35. Boys action coming next here on the Sylvan Hills Sports Network.
Go Bears.